All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to VooDoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef podcast.
What's going on, Big Eddie C?
Man, not enough.
Oh, man. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Well, looks like we're good to go. We're just going to talk here, and I can't hear what you're saying. But
can you hear me at all now?
I'm going to do some finagling here and see if I can figure it out. While we do, why don't you give a little howdy do to everybody, because I think it's on my end tonight.
It's got to be on your end because none of my shit's muted. You know, everything is good to go. So it appears.
Big Eddie C, I got you back. What's up, buddy?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. It's like we got Verizon while I dipped out there for a minute. What happened was, I come live from VooDoo Studios, and we actually had it going to the mixing board. So the sound was going to the mixing board, but we don't have the PA turned on. So there we have it. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, not much. Just sitting in the other bedroom here, the theater of pain. So
we will take it, man. We will take it.
Yep. That's
we'll
all I
take
can do.
any way we can get you, my friend. But I see you're still wrapped up there. That's a little concerning to me. I hope you're feeling better.
I'll see the doctor tomorrow. Hopefully get the MRI after that, and then see what's going on with me. So this getting old shit sucks.
Damn straight, man.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, what do you think of the new little wraparound on our little podcast here? I don't know what you call that, the little window look.
The bezel. Yeah, that's pretty sweet, actually. I like that.
Yeah, we got to give a big shout out to our boy, Johnny B. Johnny B actually made that for us after he came on, whenever that was, to play some trivia. He's like, dude, man, you got to let me hook you up. Send me your logos. And, all I did, I sent him a logo. And next thing you know, he's sending me this cool wrap for our little live stream here. I thought that was pretty hot.
Wow, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. As always, before we get started, let's give some updates as to where we're going to be. Obviously, every Tuesday you can catch us right here, flapping our gums, talking smack.
You bet.
Like only we do. But tomorrow, instead of my normal halfway hangout where I hang out in the VooDoo kitchens and cook, we're actually going to be live at Fat Rabbit Pub in New Tampa. And we've got the address up on the screen. If you want to come out and hang out with us, make sure and pop out. We very rarely get out to the New Tampa area. So make sure you come check us out. We're going to be out there with our boy Cole. He's going to be cooking some mad stuff, throwing us some cool stuff, doing some tastings live on the little stream here. Different start time for the halfway hangout. We normally start at 5. We're starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
Cool.
And who knows what they're going to be taking care of us with. We'll definitely find out.
I'm excited. Surprises abound.
Yeah, but if I know Cole, he's going to try to throw some hot peppers at us, and that's all you, Big Eddie. See, I'm the flavor guy. I'm not down with the heat. Maybe it'll numb up them nerve endings, and your back will be all better, man.
You know what? If that's what it took, I'll eat double. I would be happy with that shit, man, because like right now, I'll say it on air, man. My ass is killing me.
Dude, that's not good.
So, yeah, so I'll take anything that'll, mollify the pain. Right now, I think I'd probably trade this shit for COVID. Bring on that fucking Omega variant or whatever the fuck it is. I'll take that over this any day.
The moronic variant. I think
Yeah.
that's what I read it to be.
Yeah, the moron variant. Exactly. That's about it.
We got Paul Compton already checking in. What's going on, Paul? Paul, the brand new owner of a Blackstone flat top, and
oh, nice.
I hear you guys already been cooking on that and throwing down. Let's see some pictures of some Mad Voodoo creations on that bad boy. Big Eddie C. We also have Spider hanging out with us tomorrow night when we do our live stops. Spider likes to come pal around and hang out with us and take a lot of photos and do some cool stuff. Got to give Spider a big shout out for the VooDoo hats. So brand new VooDoo hats. We have 5 different versions available. I'm sporting the caffeine version today. We have caffeine carbs, butter bacon, caffeine carbs, and bourbon. Each hat available. You can get any one, all available on the website. Perfect timing for the holiday season. And they ship within a couple days. So that's good stuff right there. And remember, all orders over $50, you got free shipping. So, don't try to cheap out and just pick up a onesie or a twosie, because then you're going to like email me and go, dude, what's with the shipping, bro? Spend more than $50. We pay for the shipping. It's that simple. We got a lot of stuff on the front end of this, Big Eddie C. Speaking of the website, brand new. Little Rub-a-Dub Club. Call it whatever the fuck you want. The Rub Club, the Rub-a-Dub Club, the monthly whatever. VooDoo Like We Do is what we're calling it. Buy your barbecuer, your grill master, and your family. Give them the gift that keeps on giving. Sign up for the Rub of the Month Club. We can't call it the Rub of the Month Club because one month you're getting barbecue sauce. Another month you might be getting some coffee. I don't know. Whatever the hell gets up in our little grill here, you might be some of the people who try out some of the brand new VooDoo products. But available on the website right now, you can sign up for a monthly subscription. The VooDoo Like We Do subscription. You get something every month. Every month you get something brand new mailed right to your house. You don't have to do anything. Every time you're mailed a product, it's going to come with recipe cards, give you some ideas for the way I use the product. The first month, I'm telling you guys, get in now because month 1 is dirt. And if you sign up now, come January, you're going to be receiving a box, VooDoo labeled box. I'd love to call it a treasure chest, but then we get into the whole crew thing, and we're not going to go there, Big Eddie C. Or are we? You get the little box, you get your little rub, you get some recipe cards, and every now and again, a few different surprises from VooDoo Chef himself. So check that out. That's on the website as well. If you sign up now, you get 10% off the first month. And I'm telling you, it's well worth the deal. A lot of dust in the room today, Big Eddie C. We might be having a sneezing attack.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate sneezing.
No,
all right.
I'll take it these days.
Dude, I don't even want to know what you're feeling, but I may or may not have a cure.
Oh, trust me, I think if that would cure it, I would do like Belushi in Animal House where he just snatches the bottle and shotguns it. That would be me.
That was iced tea. That's in,
I did read that.
That's in the 1 quart. Iced tea in the 1 quart.
Iced tea in the 1 quart.
Nothing in the 20 ounce yet, but go Bucks.
Yeah.
So people, I get asked all the time, you're drinking tea. No, I really do drink Jack Daniels. I really do drink my Jack Daniels on the rocks out of a 20 ounce cup. And it's all good in the hood, man. And here's to you, Big Eddie C.
Cheers.
Carl Miller checking in. Carl, what's going on? Had a great time chatting this morning over some coffee. Always a good time hanging out. Carl picked up some dirt, and
Cool.
Carl is going to be up in Brooksville throwing down some brisket and ribs and the stuffed jalapenos. Carl, go ahead and type in the exact location for anybody watching, and they can come up and check out Silver and Smoke up in Brooksville and get some of that yummy, yummy, yummy Silver and Smoke barbecue that may or may not have VooDoo on it. Just saying. All right, Big Eddie C, man. I'm all over the place. I'm just out there. We got to get back and talk about these upcoming VooDoo events. Again, we are going to be at Fat Rabbit, 16029 Tampa Palms Boulevard from 6 o'clock till whenever. Come out, buy Eddie C a high potent beer. I don't think I need to tell you what I'm drinking. Jack Black. If you don't feel like buying me a Jack Black, I drink my favorite mixed drink, Eddie C. Do you know what it is? I can tell you how to make it right now.
Margarita.
Glass of ice, squeeze of a lime, either Jack Daniels or some tequila. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And
simplicity at its finest.
Exactly. You know, black t-shirt every day, blue jeans every day. Got to keep my mixed drink simple. It's the way it works. But, you know, come on out. Jack Black on the rocks, double with a lime. And Spidey drinks it the same way. Sometimes he likes to mix in some of those other bourbons. Tennessee whiskey for me, my man. And it's going to be a good night. And I might jump in the back and be cooking myself and cooking up a little something for our boy Cole. It's going to be a nice little trial by fire. I have no idea what's on their menu, what's in their coolers. So it might be pretty fun to just jump in there and play around and see what we can find and whip something up live on the little show here.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I'm way worked up over it, Big Eddie. Hey, we teased something a little while ago, a major announcement on December 1st, 2021. We may or may not give little insight for everybody watching here live tonight. Let's call it about 8:30. Give some people some time to jump in if they want to jump in. 8:30, we will be making that major VooDoo announcement. It's major to me, and I hope to you, Big Eddie C. But we'll make that here at 8:30 for all our people that like to tune in and check us out. Everybody else will get that news tomorrow. Another big announcement, Big Eddie C. We're all over it today, man. VooDoo Valentine 2 returning February 12th at Dark Door Distilleries. VooDoo Valentine last year, huge success. You can come out. We had a 4-course meal. You could have for your entree either the badass or the bitch. Did I ever tell you how we got those names, Big Eddie C?
No, but I would love to hear it. Who inspired that?
I'll give you one guess who the mini-me was that had to approve that one. If you can look right under the VooDoo logo, you can see the old menu from the food truck, from VooDoo Chef 13, burgers, barbecue, and more. And on that food truck, we actually served the badass and the bitch. So we got Colin, Big E, what's up? Colin, you gotta, I only get to see the comment and the name, and you gotta reference how we go back and how we know each other, because I can't even see your profile pic. I can only see the comments. But these entrees, these burgers actually made it on the food truck via the VooDoo Valentine 1. So VooDoo Valentine 1, you came out, we had a couple starters, and then you got your choice of either the badass or the bitch. So when I think Valentine's Day, I think back to going out with Marie and celebrating Valentine's Day, and her and I would go out and we'd eat dinner. So I created a badass, which is a double smash patty with smoked provolone cheese, jerk onions, BRE, and L-Tox, lettuce, tomato, onion, and quickles. And we finished it with FOMO sauce. And that was one of the burgers. And I figured that would be the burger I would eat. So I started thinking, well, what would Marie, what's a sandwich that if we went out, I could make for her and she would eat? She loves a good burger, but she's not into the double hand drip and the double smash.
Sloppy.
Right. But that's what VooDoo is, man. It's a double smash, double hand drip. Not just a hand drip. It's double hand drip. It's coming down both arms. Oh man, so fucking good. So I'm like, what would Marie if we were to go out? So I said probably a chicken sandwich, right? So I started with a balsamic blistered chicken, and I'm like, we marinate it, we grill it. What am I putting on top? Well, it had to have the lettuce, tomato, all that normal shit. And then I was like, what can we do VooDoo? How can we VooDoofy a chicken sandwich? So we created a VooDoo pimento cheese. We came up with a house pimento cheese, put a house pimento on there, and pretty much called it a day. So now I'm thinking, all right, what are we going to call these two sandwiches? Before the badass was the badass, it was just 2 patties, smoked provolone cheese. And before the bitch was the bitch, it was chicken sandwich. So I said, I'm just talking out loud in the house. I said, we'll call it the his and hers. And Angelina's like, Pop, nope, can't do that, Pop. I'm like, why? Like most people, especially hard-headed motherfuckers, you can't do that. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Why can't I do that?
Why not?
Pronouns, Pop. I'm like, fuck pronouns. I go, they're two inanimate objects, and I'm just coming up with a VooDoo cheeky name, right? Can't do it. I go, so what? How about I just call them the theys? And she goes, no, you cannot. No, you cannot do that. And Angelina, she's getting all worked up, and she's not getting worked up for any other reason than she doesn't want anybody coming at Pop, right?
Fair enough.
So what I said? So what do you want me to do? How about I just call it the badass and the bitch? How would that fucking work out? And she goes, that one's okay. And so the badass and the bitch were born, and
Nice.
and the badass is by far our number one most popular burger that we've ever made, and it was the number one selling on our truck, and we had a great night. We sold the badass and the bitch. You could have, we're both badasses. You could have, we're both bitches, or you could have ordered, I'm the badass and the bitch is with me. And that's how you ordered the sandwiches when you made your reservation. So this year, yeah, I would love to tell you we're doing something cheeky like that, but we're not. Everybody, when I had the truck, everybody was like, is this all you make, hamburgers? I like hamburgers, and that's why I made hamburgers. And the shit that I put on my burgers was fucking better than half the shit you cook anyway, so fuck you.
Exactly.
But this year, because everybody had to be that guy or girl, that they.
They're them.
Yep. I decided we're going to kick it up a little bit. So this year on the menu, you can have my every ETO salmon, which is a everything bagel seasoning seared salmon served with a boursin cheese sauce, dirty roasted tomatoes, charred asparagus, fried capers, and pickled onions. Or you can order our espresso rubbed pork, yada, yada, yada. Go check them out. Either way, buy it now because it is a limited seating engagement. February 12th, Dark Door Distilleries. I don't know what time it starts. They'll tell me what time to get there and what I got to do to help cook and all that shit. But I will tell you this. Not only do you get the 4-course, I do know what we're having for dessert.
Ooh, what's that?
We're having my Southwestern caramel flan with pig candy.
Ooh.
Big Eddie C, I will fight you for the pig candy. And so you get the flan, You get the Southwestern caramel. And then there's big shards of the pig candy sticking out. And what I like to do is I grab the pig candy and I almost use it like an old school Roman trencher, like a pita bread in hummus. And I use that pig candy
Dig
and I
in there.
take out the flan. Oh my God. I don't even like flan. But that's why I had to write a recipe for a flan that I would eat. And it's off the fucking chart. And that alone is worth the price of the ticket.
I'm looking forward to trying that, man. Bacon and flan.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking good. Have you had the pig candy?
Oh yes, I've had the pig candy many times.
Dude, you got to come. Dylan had me make a whole batch of just pig candy for him. He goes, "I'll come to your event at the Epicurean if you bring me a Ziploc bag full of pig candy." Dylan, I would have brought you a Ziploc bag full of pig candy if you would have met me on the street corner. You're a great guy, buddy. So not only do you get the 4 courses, our boy Johnny B's coming to do comedy live once again.
Oh yes.
And I got to tell you, I hope people really don't want to eat because, well, I hope my team really doesn't need me to help cook, because once Johnny B starts his comedy show, I'm done. I'm watching Johnny B like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
He is absolutely hysterical. Absolutely.
He's out of control when he needs to be, of course.
Oh, dude, man, I'm getting hit up on my personal here. Why aren't they hitting us up on the live here? But oh man, getting some
son of a bitch. There's a mosquito in my fucking room. I've already killed 2 of them. What the fuck is going on? It gets cold in Florida and they come out. Son of a
Doesn't it suck, man? I go out in my back patio and for the lives, and I got to fucking spray myself down with fucking off. It's cold here, bro. I'm out there cooking, going, "Oh, the bacon smells good on the camera." I'm like, "Oh, if you could smell that, dude, all I smell is fucking backwoods off."
Yeah. We got our Florida mosquito get rid of stuff here actually is Avon's Skin So Soft. Now, it works great. I mean, you might smell like a French whore on Bastille Day, but that stuff that you can see them literally hover around you. Yep. They hover around you and it's like, motherfucker, that you could just see them cursing at you because they don't want to get near the smell. They don't get it. So,
dude, getting blown up right now.
I see that.
And
hi, Jen.
This is coming from our boys, Weapons of Anew. Freddie Ordine checking in, giving some love, along with your PIC, my man Tim McManus. We got to give a big shout out to checking in. We've got Al Stewart checking in. Al is the guru, the god when it comes to musical equipment. If you are looking for anything, I don't care if you're watching in Tampa or you're watching in, I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. A little Bugs Bunny reference there. I don't care where you're watching from. If you need some gear, call up Al Stewart at Tampa Guitar Center and let him take care of whatever you need. He'll ship
right on Hillsboro. Go in there and go across the street to Hooters and get lunch.
Damn straight. And when you're at Guitar Center, only shop from Al. And if you're phone it in. He'll ship it to you. And when you head over to Hooters, ask for our boy Lewis. He's one of the managers there, and he'll definitely take care of you. And if you're there about 2:30, there's a old dude with a gray beard that sits at the bar every day and has 6 Bud Lights for lunch. You make sure and tell Jimmy Mac I said hello. Hey, we got Jennifer checking in. We've got Paul and the damn snakes. Always got to fuck with me, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. But, all right, we're getting closer to that 8:30 hour. I said I'd give that big announcement. Let me make sure we got VooDoo Valentine. As you know, guys, if you're out there, make sure you hit us on all the social media pages, VooDoo Chef 13, Erik Youngs 13. Get us on TikTok and the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. If you're watching this thing here right now, throw the hearts, throw the likes, leave feedback, make comments. That's what allows the traction to hit. And that's what allows me and Big Eddie C to come out here and keep doing what we're doing, flapping our guns, hanging out with you guys. And we appreciate you guys every week for checking in. Big Eddie C, one last time, tomorrow is the halfway hangout. We're moving it from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock because we are doing a live one last time out at the Fat Rabbit. Make sure you're out there. It is an ugly sweater party. So make sure you wear your ugly sweater.
I don't own a sweater. Wow.
I don't either, dude.
It's Florida, man. I haven't even had a sweatshirt in like a decade. And I don't remember what I was doing, whether I had it on or I had it in the car. And I remember we met my parents for breakfast, and whatever was going on, my mom said she was freezing, and I lent her my USF sweatshirt. Haven't seen it since. It's gone. It's fucked.
That's too funny, dude. If I had a sweatshirt, it's probably up in Angelina's closet.
We'll have one.
We have a big event tomorrow where we're working with about 100 kids from across the county.
Oh, awesome!
And so one of the things we're doing is I'm joking, telling everybody, all right, I'm doing a demo, and I'm going to be demoing one hamburger. And while I'm demoing that one hamburger, you guys have a real easy job. And they're like, dude, do we get to make one hamburger too, Chef? I'm like, no, you got to make fucking 100 hamburgers. So I get to go demo and make one hamburger and be the hero. Hey, look at me, be Johnny Ass Clown. And while I'm doing that, the whole team's going to be making 100 of the exact same burger that I make to feed everybody in attendance. Nice. And so I decided, I said, you know what? I've made this burger on a live one time on the Halfway Hangout. Let me show let me show them the video so they know what we're making and all this stuff. So I show them the video, and I'm like, now notice, I made this burger in 7 minutes. And this is live. And in that 7 minutes, most of the time, I'm doing nothing but talking. So I need you guys to make sure you guys are able to pull these burgers off. Now, what I'm doing in 7 minutes, I'm doing one. You guys are doing 100, but there's 8 of you. You should be able to pull it off. And here's what I get. Chef, can I ask a question? Yeah, what's your fucking question? Are you wearing flip-flops in that video? I'm like, I'm at my house. It's in Florida. Get off me.
I know, really.
Burger.
Jeez.
Yeah, the one little smidgen of a clip where you could see that my big old fat Fred Flintstone fucking feet in my flip-flops. And, of course, I was wearing the cheap-ass little single thing through your toe, not my VooDoo branded flip-flops.
Oh, my God.
That's what they pull away. I'm like, man, screw all y'all, man.
I know. Noticing your flip-flops while you're making it, it's funny the shit that people like their attention is drawn to and they harp on. And I got to reference that back to our everybody's friend of the show, Dr. Barbecue, Ray Lampe, years ago when he did his herb rub prime rib. People actually had the nerve to say you should be wearing gloves. It's like, you're really going to tell that man this? You don't know him. Oh my God.
And you know what's funny? They're hitting that you should wear gloves. And notice he did not invite you to his house to eat that fucking prime rib that he was cooking for his family.
I know.
You wear gloves every night when you're at home cooking too. You fucking armchair chef.
Yeah, that shit doesn't happen in my house. I made that rub, except we did it for a party. Gina had made lamb chops, and I'll tell you, that was some fantastic shit. And there wasn't a glove to be fucking found, and nobody cared.
Not a damn person.
So
nobody had a single one to give, did they?
No, I looked in my garden to see if there were any fucks, and I had none to give. None grew.
None. You know, I gotta give another shout out, Big Eddie C. You know what I love with my Jack Daniels?
Ice.
I absolutely. But,
no, it's M&M's.
M&M's, but I got slid a Kit Kat today.
Oh.
And I'm so excited to eat this Kit Kat with my Jack Daniels, man. Oh, you were talking about people notice and pay attention to the weirdest thing. I've been paying attention to that thing since we started this fucking podcast. Oh, finally broke it open.
Nice. I'm amazed you waited a half hour. Shit.
Dude, it was putting my hand at 3:00. I'm surprised it lasted till now. All right, let's get on with some shit here. I gotta figure out how to turn this stupid thing off. Maybe that. Look at that. We're making a real big announcement tomorrow, and a lot of you out there might be thinking, when I say this, oh, dude, big fucking deal, right? Well, it's not a big deal to you. Great. To me and VooDoo Chef Foundation, it's a huge deal. So today is Giving Tuesday, and it's Saturday was support local, shop local. Today's Giving Tuesday. I don't care if you're giving to our foundation or you're giving to any of the other foundations. If you're here in Tampa, give local. If you're watching wherever you're watching, give local, support local. We put up a fundraiser today for Giving Tuesday. It's on the VooDoo Chef Foundation site. I think it's on my personal page. Jump over. We're not asking everybody to give hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've got over 5,000 followers on one page. We've got 3,000 here, there, whatever. We're probably hitting 10,000 unique. If everybody just dropped $5, and if you share it to your friends and ask them to drop $5, $5 is a cup of coffee at Starbucks. $5, shit. Nowadays, that's a sandwich at McDonald's. Give up one of those days driving through, drive on by, and log on to one of our Facebook pages and make that donation to the VooDoo Chef Foundation. That allows us to support the community through food and education, and that's exactly what we do. And tomorrow, in front of 100 high schoolers who we're going to be sitting with, we're going to be announcing the high school recipe challenge. Yeah, I know you're probably thinking, yeah, big deal, dude. You do that every year. We do. Tomorrow we're announcing the high school recipe challenge, where we will be giving away $10,000 scholarship to the winning high schooler that can create a recipe using VooDoo Chef NOLA. Now, that will be announced. That is already up on the VooDoo Chef website. You can go to www.voodoochef.com and you can find that link, and you can share that link with anybody in the entire nation that wants to enter this competition. They have to be a high school senior. And if they enter, we will send a sample of seasoning to their high school. And all they have to do is take that seasoning and create a recipe using the VooDoo seasoning, take pictures of themselves doing it, take pictures of the finished plate, mail it all back to us. And they could win $10,000.
Nice.
I wish it was a hundo. If we're lucky, we'll give away $100,000 throughout the whole year. That would be amazing. That's our goal every year. But get your peeps logging onto the website, share that website with everybody. You'll start seeing it on social media soon. So tomorrow is the official first day that we announce that to the high schoolers. We always do it to Hillsborough County before we send it out officially to the masses. And I think that's pretty cool, Big Eddie C. What do you think?
I think it's an awesome opportunity for somebody to show up and show out and make a kick-ass recipe. Fuck yeah.
If you look at the impact we've had on students over the year, just take a look at Jada most recently.
Yeah.
Jada's 21 years old and just won guys' grocery games. And she's now a personal chef, and she's out doing what she wants to do because she was able to go to culinary school and win that recipe competition, and just really take advantage of the benefits that it had to bring. She graduated from Kaiser University with an associate's in culinary, and now she's a personal chef.
That's awesome.
I bet we could get one of our folks in here on the chat room to talk about what a badass personal chef Jada is, because I know she's done 2 private tastings for Mitchell Smithy and did a presentation in his classroom. So
awesome.
What the fuck? Sounds like my wife. I'm reading comments. You know, it slipped in. Patrick Arts checked in. One of my main boys noticed an actor's eye color one day and asked why they would change it.
For me. Hey, that's what happens, man. People with that eye for attention to detail, you know.
That's what.
Yeah, but that's
I didn't know what we were commenting on. I was lost.
That's okay. That ties back to what I think we do with regard to culinary and what we look for. It's those little things that set the best amongst, like, that shine above other things. It's not oftentimes like your main star of the show in what you make. There's little things in the presentation, maybe in a finishing touch, that separate you.
Yeah, and sometimes they're just, you know, so subtle that we only notice them on the subconscious level and we don't even realize it, but it hits home.
Yeah.
Big Eddie C, I got some news. I was, you know, I don't want to get too far away from this December 1st date because I was talking about the high school recipe challenge, but that's not really the announcement.
Well,
so
December 1st is in 3.5 hours. So.
Well, we're hitting a home run right here for everybody checking in today. And for my culinarians out there who might be bringing some students our way tomorrow, you might want to open up that ear. Big Eddie C, we all know that one of the things we used to do and had a lot of fun with was party up and down the streets of Tampa Bay, partying like rock stars.
Yes.
With something that we called the VooDoo Crew. I don't know if you remember that.
I vaguely do.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Well, you know, the VooDoo Crew had a lot of supporters behind it, a lot of great members of our crew, but it was mainly driven by our restaurant supporters and our restaurant sponsors. So, you know, when we think of that, when COVID hit, our restaurants were some of the most devastated businesses in the country. And there was no way we could look at our supporters and say, hey, continue to support our crew, even though you have no customer base and you're losing money and you're running the risk of going out of business. And it just wasn't the right thing to do. So when COVID came and March 12th, March 13th, March 14th, somewhere around there.
It was right around that time, man.
Hillsborough County and pretty much the entire nation announced a lockdown. You know, once all that initial, hey, we're on vacation. Oh shit, we're on lockdown. Yeah. Once all that went away, we started really analyzing, and the VooDoo Crew was going to take a major hit. We knew we wouldn't be able to rightfully in our hearts ask for sponsorship, let alone know if anybody was even going to be available to stick around and have the means to do that. So we really quickly had to make some fast decisions about the participation in the Gasparilla festivities and everything that went along with that. And we pretty much said that part of what we do is going to be gone. And so the entity known as the VooDoo Crew, the business title of the VooDoo Crew, actually shut down, closed, and went away. And it was a casualty of COVID, and it's okay. What it allowed us to do is redirect. We met with the board of directors for the foundation, and we redirected all of our power and efforts that we were using to create some marketing exposure. And we refocused back on the foundation. And by November, I'm very proud to say, I'd say 70, 80% of our sponsors that were with the crew came over and started supporting the foundation. And so now the foundation is so much stronger than we could have ever hoped to be. 2021 rolls around and there's no parades. There's no Gasparilla. We're all still on lockdown. And there's no VooDoo Crew. Like I said, that business, that entity is gone. But through 2021, the foundation has really dug in. I mean, you know, you're there with us at every event. We've really dug our teeth in and you just really tried to figure out how we can refocus on our mission and raise money for culinary scholarship at the same time of celebrating student success. And I am very excited to say that on January 22nd, we will be recognizing student success by taking a group of high school culinary students on the parade route with us as we stroll down Bayshore Boulevard and celebrate all things Tampa and celebrate some amazing high school culinarians by having them walk in the parades with us. And the VooDoo crew will be reborn in a new iteration. No more a Gasparilla crew, but more so a crew of people who believe in our mission and are going to help us support culinary success. So, if you're one of the instructors out there looking and you think you might have some students that might be VooDoo worthy, and I'm telling you right now, we're not being cocky, we're not being arrogant, but to walk down that parade route, it takes a certain swagger. It takes a certain what's that fancy French word, Big Eddie C? I don't know what.
Je ne sais quoi. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be a CBA to be walking down that parade route. And remember, CBA, it might be certified badass, but with that comes professionalism, integrity. Yes. A badass isn't just the guy that can go out and talk the talk. It's the guy that can walk the talk. And those are the people we're looking for. So we will have a limited number of students from across Hillsborough County culinary programs. Big Eddie C, you walking with me? And by walking, Big Eddie C, I mean on the big ass float, dude, because I ain't walking shit.
Yeah, we did the walking thing with the Bucks, man. And
never again, bro.
Well, the first one I did, literally a week later, I had emergency appendectomy, and I still think the two things were related. Let's see what happens. I'd love to. Hopefully, my body is in better health.
I'll prop you up beside the jukebox, motherfucker.
Oh, that'll be perfect. That's all I need.
Well, tomorrow we're going to be announcing this to the high school students in attendance at our event because the VooDoo Chef is actually demoing at the event tomorrow. Normally I stand back and hide, but I'm actually presenting tomorrow because I want to make sure that I get to share with students about the high school recipe challenge. And we actually have a high school recipe challenge winner presenting tomorrow, Jada. And we're going to announce the participation in the Gasparilla, Children's Gasparilla on January 22nd. And students will be able to apply to participate in that event through their instructors.
Awesome. Look forward to that, man.
And you're right, Mitch Smithy. Oh, shit.
Yep. Said it best.
It is definitely going to be an amazing day. And I am so excited that we're going to be able to live what we intended to do in the first place.
Yes.
And somebody said, what about Gasparilla, the Pirate Fest? No, Big Boy's going to be at a tent on Pirate Fest hanging out. I don't know what tent I'm going to be at, but you might know where to look for me.
One where that is, yes.
Oh man, that's I can't tell you that. It's like, all right, man, we can go now. That's what it's all about. That's what the foundation's all about. And we're gonna have a lot of people who were part of the business VooDoo crew. Oh, well, I get here. Yeah, no. This is VooDoo Chef Foundation, homies. So all is what it is. We're here for kiddos, and that's what the intent was the entire time. So, no ill will, no malice, but we're here to celebrate students and student success. So, if that's what you're interested in out there, all my instructors and culinarians out there, start lining them up now. We're looking for kids. Does not have to be a high school student. So if you're out there, if you're watching and you're at a middle school or some other location, Make sure to follow us on all of our social media pages. All the announcements will come through those pages, and it's going to be just a amazing day. I mean, there's no other way to put it. We're just Big Eddie C. We do things right, don't we, on the parades?
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
always have. It's always been top shelf, man.
Only way to do it.
Expect that, going forward. You bet.
All right, Big Eddie C. We can finally get this podcast underway. And I don't know how prepared you are for this, but I'm going to be talking with a lot of people tomorrow. And the extent of my news comes from listening to two dudes bitch at each other in the morning, and I'm not one of them. I do normally sit and listen to them go back and forth, talking about the world's events, which I normally just eventually tune out and we play Name That Tune. And my TV consists of reality TV and MTV and WWE and AEW. So my information comes from you, man. You got to help me sound smart tomorrow. What do we got going in the weekly pop-up?
Hadn't been a whole lot for me, I got to tell you, just because I've spent the past week, the week we had off, I was largely laid up. I was on my couch, one leg propped up, going back and forth between watching whatever shit I could on TV and sleeping. So, the usual stuff, I'm going to truncate it a little bit. We had another great Bucks win. It was a heart attack game.
It was, Sunday.
Man. That was a great one. The Rays signed Wander Franco to a long-term deal with well over $100 million of money guaranteed. So, that's
we don't normally spend that kind of money, do we?
No, they don't. But I think that, I think it plays into a larger picture of them trying to commit to staying here in some capacity. I've heard rumblings that there's some, kind of stuff happening on the QT as far as them getting a new stadium. I don't know about the whole sharing thing with Montreal. I kind of still, at the end of the day, I think that's smoke and mirrors because of the travel and the taxation and everything else. One of our city leaders said it works perfect because we can ship them up to Montreal during the summer months when it's raining. And I got to tell you, I think that's a bullshit attitude, to look at it like that.
Big Eddie C, the city wouldn't get behind spending money for, I don't know, a baseball stadium, would they? I mean,
because
I can't see them doing that. It's not like they would spend money on working with education and creating a top-notch culinary facility anywhere. So
I know.
Serve our community, right?
Yeah, right. Now it's pretty complex. People say that taxpayers shouldn't be paying anything. I got news for you. Almost every stadium that's been built in the last 20 or 30 years for any sport, the vast majority have been done with a public-private partnership. And that's just how things often have to be. You've got to get more stakeholders, more money, more interest to get these things done. It's not that simple. Something I learned from all the years of working for the Buccaneers is that, I'm a cheap bastard and I don't like to let a dollar go out of my wallet. But billionaires, folks, do not like wasting money anymore, and perhaps even less than we, the common Joe Slapjacks, do. So it's, I think what they're trying to do is get the Rays ownership to pony up half, and the city can come up with half over 30 years. It's never a lump sum thing. They get some tax breaks from the state, some incentives, bond issues, and all that, and they make it up that way. Part of the issue of changing the size and scope of the stadium, because I think they're looking at a different spot in Ybor now. I've heard right there, whatever street that is, Palm Avenue, where the old K-Force plot of land is, and maybe something there. It wouldn't be as big as previously imagined stadiums, and it wouldn't have a retractable dome. That's not feasible. There's very few stadiums that do have that, and the ones that do even have that, they generally don't close them they don't open or close them once an event starts. It's just it doesn't happen. So, anyway, back to what the Rays did. I think they're trying to show some good faith moves, but they've always kind of been one of those teams that they shuffle their players. They don't like people getting complacent. And they also they kind of look at things in a way. It reminds me of how Belichick used to look at stuff on the Patriots. They would trade people or let them go like this close to where they kind of went on the other side of the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And, people say, well, that's terrible. Yeah, but you know what? That's business. And, I'm going to paraphrase it, though. One of my favorite shows it's on right now, Yellowstone, one of the characters said something to the effect of, behind every great accomplishment, there's a monster. And that's a lot of times what happens. People don't want to know how that sausage is made. Trust me.
True that.
They just fucking don't. So, I don't have a whole lot else. Can't think of anything food-wise. Thanksgiving was enough. I think I'm the only person who lost weight over Thanksgiving. I think being in pain has robbed me of a lot of my appetite, oddly enough. So I don't know what to tell you there as far as food. Music wise, I say everybody check out the local calendar, man. There's so many damn shows that are still slated to come this way. And, it's steaming along, man. Once people got wind that Florida was open back up, man, they started coming.
Yeah, we're the place to be, man. Always have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Always have been. I was out the other day. I think I went to the Bucks game one day. I went here, I went there. It's like, why go on vacation? We live in the best place in the world.
Yeah.
There's always something to do. This place is just fucking hopping.
Yeah, there's so much.
I was sitting at the stadium. Angelina was like resting on me because we were at the night game. She's got her head on my shoulder. She's cold. I'm sitting there, if you watched the posts, I had one of them big frozen ass margaritas, which was really just a lime drink.
Oh my God.
And I'm just sitting there like, why go on vacation? Let's just spend all our money right the fuck here and stay home and just have a blast. I don't need to go see snow. I don't need to go see a lockdown city in New York where you can't do anything.
No, and everybody wants to scold you. Oh my God,
Too many fucking Karens in the world, bro.
Oh my God. I feel like sometimes when I see people doing that or embracing that mentality, it's like, I didn't like that shit in fourth grade either with the hall monitors. So I really don't like it now that I'm 53 and grown-ass fucking adults, are still like, we should be wearing masks and we should all be social distancing. Motherfucker, you know what? I don't want to increase any distance from anybody. I want to decrease the distance between my foot and your fucking ass. Get the fuck away from me,
True that, man. Hollywood. You do you, I'll do me.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And by Hollywood, I sure as fuck don't mean California.
Nope.
Fuck California. I mean our boy Hollywood.
Hollywood's got the right idea, man. You do you, I'll do me. You don't do me, I don't do you. So, wow.
It's in tune, man.
Yeah, I heard that.
Big Eddie.
He's about to start playing the Somewhere Over the Rainbow thing, man.
Yeah, no. One of the coolest videos I saw was some guy, he's got his little guitar or uke and he's doing some shit. And there's this guy just watching. And then all of a sudden the guy watching starts singing with him. And the guy playing the guitar realizes that it's the guy who wrote the song. Oh. Is that Masahaya Huasasa guy, the Jewish guy that fucking Masahaya Atsu, whatever his fucking name.
Yahoo?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Great fucking video. Google it.
Okay.
Google it. Great video. Big Eddie. Hey, hey y'all. HR, how are you? Lee, we are great. And I got to tell you, happy birthday. I hope you had an amazing birthday. Thank you for the VooDoo love and contributing your birthday wishes to a fundraiser for the VooDoo Chef Foundation. That's very kind of you. I hope you had an amazing day. And you're here just in time because we're going to, Big Eddie C, I got to tell you, I have a new favorite restaurant.
You do?
I do. I wanted to talk about it last week, but I don't know what. Well, I do know what. My name's Erik, and so it just went away. But I have a new favorite restaurant, and it's like week 2 that we've been there, and it's called Zepeda's, and it's in Oldsmar. So we've been there once a long time ago, and we ran in, got something to eat, ran out. You know me, I love my little fucking hole in the wall Mexican places. We ran in, ran out, and we're like, yeah, it was good. It was good. We never went back. We decided to go back last Tuesday. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, I know him. And I said, is this restaurant owned by the same people that own La Hacienda? And La Hacienda was my go-to. Was my go-to. It's on the corner of Sheldon and Waters. I've told stories of going there. We knew all the wait staff. We knew everybody. And they tell me, yeah, the guy who owns this, his brother owns Hacienda. And so all of a sudden I see the guy that owns it. I'm like, that's fucking Grumpy. Grumpy used to be the waiter that waited on us at Hacienda because he was the owner's little brother. And we called him Grumpy because he just always looked like he was grumpy. He never really spoke to us. What would you like? Okay. And he'd bring us our food. That was it. So we went back today and we ate there again. And I'm just so excited. And then my wife's like, well, because it's Hacienda. That's all it is. It's Hacienda and Oldsmar. Same distance away. Hacienda is like a mile and a half that way. Zepeda's is like a mile and a half that way. So my wife's like, hey, if you liked it that much, why don't we just go to Hacienda? And I'm like, well, you remember we had that problem at Hacienda. And so we started talking and laughing. And we started thinking about some of the best service we've ever had and some of the worst service we ever had. And I said, man, this would be fun. Let me text Big Eddie C. So I texted you and I said, let's talk about some of the best and worst service we had today. And let's just make it our fucking top 3. So everybody playing along, if you're playing along out there, feel free to tell us some of the best service you've ever had, some of the worst service you've ever had. And we're definitely going to share our top 3 with you. Big Eddie, I got some honorable mentions here, man. Angelina turned 21. Angelina turned 21, and we took her to Burns Steakhouse for her birthday. It's where she wanted to go. We went there for her 16th birthday. We went to the dessert room for graduation, and she said she wanted to go there for her 21st. Okay, whatever. So we go there, and I got to tell you, service, it was textbook. Textbook. Just absolutely. The lady was amazing. Came up and said, just went through all the routines. What can I get you to drink? Here's the menu. Here are the specials. Just absolutely. Just so amazing in the fact that it was spot on what you would expect. And you're probably thinking, well, if this is an honorable mention, I can't wait to hear your top 3 because it sounds like great service. This is actually on my bad service side. Yeah. It's on my bad service side because it was so textbook and so robotic. There was no feeling or emotion behind any of it. and it just took away from the authenticity of it. It was actually, I'm like, wow, yeah, chapter 7, page 3, paragraph 2, right there. It says, check back, make sure steak is cooked perfect. But there was no love,
Yeah.
no love, and it actually falls on my other side of the list is something I'm not too impressed with, and it's sad because it was perfect. No love, no love, no love.
Yeah, there's kind of an unspoken, unwritten, and hard to define dynamic sometimes about service. You kind of want to feel you're the next best thing to home, and there's a level of appreciation that a place that just kind of runs through it by the numbers. That's exactly what you are to them. You're a number, and depending on where you are in what time you're there, there may have been somebody before you and there might be somebody after you. And if that's the case, you're faceless.
Yeah, but doing what I've done, what I do for a living, I've come across a lot of servers, and I've met the servers who are there to pay for the next drink. I've met the servers who are there to pay for the next class, but I've also met the servers who are there to pay their rent, to pay their bills.
Right.
And those are the real servers. And those guys, my daughter and I would call it fake. If it were a friend, we'd call it fake. But because this is a business and a profession, I call it turning the switch on. They turn on that hospitality switch and they make you feel like you're welcome. They make you feel like they work for you, yet they're your next best friend. And that's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do. But it's also the difference between a professional and the guy who's going to be a career Applebee's server.
Yeah.
So you always have honorable mentions. Anything. And guys, this is your worst service might be far much more worse than your best service was the best. So it's a 3-2-1 of best or worst service, however you decide to rate them. So again, out there, if you're playing along, feel free, type them in the comment bar and let's see what you got to say. Eddie C, any honorable mentions before we get to our 3-2-1s?
Honorable mention, we went over this earlier, my wife and I. Honorable mention as far as best, I got to tell you, this might surprise you, but as far as an honorable mention on best service, Outback. Every time, I mean, I've been going there for 30 some fucking years, and I really don't recall ever having anything that was anything like they were just always attentive. I didn't have to I didn't have to go through any bullshit as far as getting what I want to drink, getting it refilled, getting bread, getting my entree brought out in a timely fashion. I just thought they always struck the right balance of being attentive, but not hovering.
The only thing I don't care about Outback, and they kind of they were the beginning of this. They were on the front end of the curve, and they brought the waiter down to your level.
Yeah.
So they would either get down on a knee and be face to face with you, or even sometimes slide right into the booth. And it kind of personalized it and made, they weren't that authoritarian standing over you at the table. They were just, hey, I'm here to help you out and be your guide through this dining experience.
Right.
And myself, being a proximity guy, I want my space.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that, but I got it. And
right.
And I give them mad props for instituting that. They're way ahead of the curve on just about everything they do, and that's awesome.
I thought actually, I mean, well, they kind of started around the same time or similar times. Hooters did that too, but they were a little bit more shameless about how the dynamics of the delivery. Let's just say that much, I was fine with it. I don't know. I have different expectations of service depending on the place. the time and what's going on. Sometimes, like, if it was a Friday and I just worked all week, I don't really want the waiter around too much. Just
Let me ask you how you feel about this. I know my thoughts, and I'll share mine after I ask you the question. You mentioned Hooters would come down and be at your level too, but they were a little high, and there's no doubt that their uniform is meant to tantalize, and it's there for a reason.
right.
How do you feel? Could you take that Hooter server out of that, and I'm going to call it a costume because let's be real, it's a fucking costume.
It is, yeah.
Could you take them out of that costume and put them in a tuxedo shirt and have the server perform the same quality of service at a Burns?
I don't think so. No.
I got to tell you, I disagree. I think it's all in training.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some dumb fucking people out there,
Yes.
and that dumbass bitch who's like, man, I made $600 in tips. Yeah, you're fucking dumb. But like the
You ain't fooling nobody.
the bartender who waited on me last time, I hadn't been there probably 2 months. Sat down, Coors Light. How the fuck she remembered I drank a Coors Light? No idea.
Damn.
No idea. And then she asked me if my buddy was going to be joining me, who I was with last time. I'm like, fuck. Oh, she's good. And it's. I think there are people who are skilled in hospitality that could be bebop around, and they just find the place they're comfortable to work in.
Sure.
Because I do believe it is all. You have to have the mindset of person to be in the service industry. Number one. My wife ain't happening. I watched her. My wife doesn't cuss, but I watched her in her way cuss somebody out because they asked her for an extra ranch dressing. Best thing fucking ever. Hey, can I have another ranch dressing? Can I serve all these other people their food first? And I was just like, yeah, you need to go work in the kitchen. We'll get somebody else waiting tables.
Oh, man.
It was awesome, dude. She's going to be mad that I said that on this podcast, but oh well.
It's a good example, though.
And, I got to tell you, some of the best service we've had, again, is that prime example at Hooters. But we've also had some fucking dingbats. But, I'm going to tell you, I think that's anywhere. We got Jen checking in. Sandy at Rick's on the River was always a phenomenal server. The bartender, however, is an ass. Haven't been to Rick's in over 10 years. And I still remember his name. Fucking sell his ass out. Who's the ass at Rick's on the Rivers? I've never been to Rick's on the River. I've taught a gentleman from there, and I've never been there. I want to go. I hear it's pretty good. Speaking of ass, I had an asshole server, and I don't have a problem calling out the fucking place. I don't give a damn. I just got to remember the place because it's that fucking non-important to me anymore. Not Miguel's. What's the one? Miguelitos?
Miguelitos.
I went there just for the 5 Degree tequila. Big fucking deal. Don't waste your time or your money. Yeah, I'll fucking take room temp Jack over what their shit's selling. So I go there, Big Eddie C, and it's the three of us, me and the girls, and they sit us at the. Now, I know you're looking at me going, he's about what, 5'10", 140, 160 pounds. You're close, real close.
Yeah.
6 feet tall, 350 pounds. You don't put me and my two girls in a fucking cocktail booth. Okay, just not fucking happening. Not happening. And of course, I park the car. They go and get the table, and I walk up and I sit down, and I'm like, "Are they really gonna expect us to sit here?" And Marie's like, "Well, if you're uncomfortable." The servers come over, and here I am, fucking fat guy in a little coat at Miguelitos. They don't even fucking say, "Sir, would you like another table?" Finally, I'm like, "Hey, can we sit in that fucking high top over there?" and there's nobody in the place, so it's not like it fucking mattered.
Yeah.
So all right. So we fucking sit at the high top, and it's almost like my desk here, bro.
Oh my
I'm sitting on this side. The girls are sitting there in like a booth chair with their back to the wall, and there's a fucking TV right there playing the UFC fights, and I'm just like this. And we're just we're chilling, doing what we do. What do I order at the Mexican restaurant? Fucking nachos. Love nachos. By the way, if you go to Zepeda's, get the nachos al carbon. Fuck. All right, so I'm sitting there and I order the nachos. Here comes the server. I hear Angelina say, "Man, those are big." What does the guy bringing the nachos say?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. And I'm there with my 16-year-old daughter. I'm like, what did he just say?
Oh my God.
And Marie goes, "Let it go."
Bah.
And I'm like, what? She goes, "Stop." He comes around, he delivers the food. He's got the little "I'm a manager" earpiece in his ear.
Oh boy.
Dude, fucking left out of there. Fucking just so fucking pissed off. More so pissed off that happened in the industry that I fucking love. You know, in the back of the house, I expect to hear that shit.
Yeah, it's blue back there, man. It's filthy. It's
dark blue, man. It's ugly. It's whatever the fuck, however you want to put it. As you know, you got to sign a waiver to be able to work back there.
Yeah, I mean, you were working in restaurants probably around the same time I started in one, which was like the mid to late 80s. You know, like there was a reason that whole environment was behind doors and walls.
And I'm going to tell you, it's the exact reason why at the school I made it as an exposition kitchen. So there's no excuses. Yeah, but we're in the back of the house. No. I got rid of the back of the house. It's all open. Shut up. But, you know, definitely that falls in some of my worst service. Absolutely. Just,
oh my goodness.
I mean, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I haven't had a lot of bad. I think I've probably told this story before, that the bad, the worst I can think of. I will say honorable mention. We went to Hard Rock Cafe once, and they were just, they were just diffident about everything. There was no connection, no personalization. Nothing got out there quick. I was sitting there chewing on ice because I couldn't get a refill to save my life.
Couldn't get any food or drink?
No, I couldn't get shit. And it wasn't even like the inattentiveness. I could understand if the place was slammed, your waiter's in the weeds, they sat him a fucking 8-top or some shit of old women. I could understand it because I've been in the industry, not for so much time as you have, but to understand that when you're in the middle of a shit show, you have to stop and think, what if I was that person? Would I be able to handle this shit with grace under pressure? Of course not. But Hard Rock Cafe was nothing great. But the single worst that I can think of is probably the Longhorn experience. Longhorn, that's not even there anymore, next to 2001. We rolled in there on a Friday once. I remember it because I know it was after work. I don't know why we chose to go there. I think we probably chose to go there because getting into Outback at that time meant 45 minutes sitting on your nuts. And we're like, let's try Longhorn because they ain't as busy. So,
there's a reason.
Yeah. And we found out why. So we sit down. We go to order. I don't know why my wife decides she wants to get a burger. Just some things you shouldn't order in some places. Like when my brother-in-law ordered a grouper sandwich at a Hooters in Atlanta and ended up in the hospital with food poisoning. And everybody was like, why the fuck did you order that there? You know, I mean, seriously, I know you're trying to like watch your health and shit, but so my wife orders a burger, and before she can even say I want it medium rare, they tell her, is medium well okay? No, you know, waitress says that's the least we can do it. She's like, you know, you got to be fucking kidding me. This is, you know, it's not McDonald's. I'm paying $12 for a burger and fries. I should be able to get it my way.
And you're probably talking fucking 10 years ago, which was a lot more than it is now.
Yeah. So it's got to be $4 or $5 more than that. So waitress says, I'll have the manager come over. Well, he comes over, and this guy, I don't know why he thought he had BDE, because he didn't. Okay. He did not have the big dick energy. He wasn't fucking Gronkowski on the field, dude. I'm telling you. So I could see what was coming. And thankfully I started drinking that Blue Moon in front of me because I knew I wasn't going to pay for it. And he tells my wife, we don't do it that way. If you want it medium rare, go to Outback. Well, guess what? We got right the fuck up and did. And we have not been back to there or any other one. And I remember when we got to Outback, my wife was determined to have that goddamn medium rare burger. I'm telling you. So when we sat down, you know, the service was great. And, you know, no blinking when my wife says, can I get that medium rare? Of course. You know, like our privilege. And she tells the little girl who's a waitress, she says, can I speak to your manager? And I think she spooked her, but she said, no, you've been great. I have a question. I want to, you know, bring something up. So the manager came over and she said,
I want to bitch about Longhorn.
Yeah, that's what she did, you know, and
I know your wife.
Yeah, and that's what she did. She it was a shit show, but you know, the manager was like, you know, thanks for coming in and all that. And she said, no, we stand behind the quality of our food. That told me all I needed to know.
She made sure to give Outback as much props as she could.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Beating up Longhorn.
Yeah, and I
love it.
You know, and I know she told her, she said, I'm going to tell every fucking friend of mine, I'm going to tell every Tom, Dick, Sally, Harry, Cecil, and Bob, stay the fuck away from Longhorn because they don't trust their food, or they don't trust their customers, or both. I don't know. So that had to be the worst in memory, because I was racking my brain thinking of bad experiences, and I've had I think a lot of stuff that's just, it's not bad, it's just mediocre, it's pedestrian, and it was in places where I expect it to be.
Chili's.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, we walked into a Chili's during COVID because you know, I had to, man. I had to eat something. I had to go out. And we walk in, and I had to support my industry, right? And I know the owner, the general managing partner.
Sure.
So we walk in, and you know, first there's like 3 or 4 couples standing outside. You helped. So we walk in, and the hostess, whatever the fuck we want to call it, that's politically correct, comes running out of the back. Oh my God, there's too many people in here. You have to wait outside. And I'm like, there's nobody in this bitch.
Yeah, it's crickets.
You have to get out. I'm like, no problem. We'll get out.
Yeah, we'll get out. All right.
Fucking left, man. Went back to that Chili's twice since then. After that, the first time we went back, we were like, why are we here? And again, I know the general managing partner. Why are we here? Why do we do this to ourselves? And we never again. And then, of course, when we went back again, got to support our boy. Got to support our industry. You know, it just is what it is. Of course. And yes, I tell him. Wouldn't be a friend. Wouldn't call him my boy. If I didn't like him, wouldn't tell him. He's my boy. Another time at a different Chili's. This is the one up on Collier. I don't know what the fuck we were doing out there. I hate it out there. It's busy as fuck. Stopped in the Chili. Oh, look, there's a Chili's. Let's go in. Let's go get a salad. We go in, get the little fucking quesadilla explosion salad, and it sits down, and I look at Maria. I go, "Are you gonna eat?" And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna eat this." I'm like, why? And she goes, look. And she slides a plate over. There's a ladybug upside down, just like, hey, what's going on, motherfucker? And I just started laughing. Like, she goes, this is disgusting. I go, no, you're eating fucking lettuce. That's normal. You know, yeah, they need to wash their lettuce and check it, but it's a fucking ladybug. What the, you know? I go, that or a staple, I'm good. We find some plastic wrap or some hair, I'm gonna get fucking pissed off. But those are like normal shit that happens in our industry.
Yeah.
Manager comes over as we're talking, what's wrong? I go, I just point to it, and he laughs like, whoa, man, I'm really sorry. I'll get you another one. And of course, Marie, no, I'll have a hamburger. But to me, that was great service.
Yeah.
He was attentive. He knew what was happening. He caught wind of it. Yeah, dude, you got a bug in your salad. Yeah, you got a bug in your salad before, too. You just happened to fucking eat it and not realize it. You're eating fucking lettuce. This is why I don't eat vegetables. I eat the shit that eats your lettuce.
Yeah. All I can think of with the lettuce is the old, the George Lopez routine, with the Mexican guy. Oh, you want us to wash it too? And he makes the motion like he's unzipping, he's like, that's thinking outside the bun, motherfucker,
Yeah, but think about it, dude. They're paid by the head. They're not paid by the hour. They're paid by the head. Yeah. So if you're paid by the head, I mean, we live in an area full of migrant workers, right?
Sure.
Are they really going to get on a bus, go back to the farmhouse to use the restroom, get back on the bus, come back out to the fields and pick again? No. I mean, let's be real. Wash your fucking produce. The whole 3-2-1 thing's just fucking out the window because we're talking about all this shit. We got Jen checking in, talking about best service was on the 4-day Carnival cruise. Jen, I have to agree. Marie and I were talking about our worst and best service. Our absolute best service ever. Now, this is just service. I'll say it was a tie for best, okay? Was the Disney cruise. We were members of the Disney Vacation Club. Screw all y'all. We were on the Disney cruise, and, you walk in, and Marie's like, are you going to get something? Yeah, I'm going to get one of them fucking I'm on a cruise ship drinks. She goes, which one? I go, whichever one they're holding on the tray when we walk in. And they said, would you like a drink? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take the blue one. You know what the fuck it was. I don't even know if it was blue. I'm just telling the story. It was that one. And so I'm like, oh, shit, this is good. And then went back, got another one. And then the next day, we pull up, you get on the boat, leaves, and you drive all night. The next day, we get up and we're on their private island in the Keys. So you get off the boat and you go sit on the beach and you chill. And this guy walks up to me and he goes, Mr. Youngs, would you like a rum runner again today? And I'm like, who the fuck are you? What's a rum runner? And he goes, I'm the guy that was on deck serving you rum runners all night.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what's up, man? Yeah, I'll take a rum runner. But it's like, that personalization of service, just absolutely amazing. Disney always, welcome home. Always makes you feel at home. If you've ever stayed at a resort, again, we're vacation club members. Just means we spend a lot of money to go stay on Disney property. But they're just always welcoming, always spot on. Their service is impeccable, and the cruise ship was over the top. After the rum runners, I switched to chocolate martinis, and I don't know, my liquor bill was way too high. Way too high. I mean, I should have been exempt from the Disney cruise. My liquor bill was so high.
Oh, man.
Just service all around, spot on, just amazing. Tied for number one. My number one service encounter, good or bad. You know what? I'll give you my number two because I got to tell the story. Because I mentioned La Hacienda and why do I not drive that way to go to Hacienda? And why was I so excited to find Zepeda's, which it's fucking Hacienda. We used to go to Hacienda so much, like all the time. The waitress, her name's Maria. And yes, I changed the names to protect the innocent. We just knew Maria because we were there 2-3 times a week. And, we just go there, get the nachos al carbon and some cheese dip and Coors Lights.
You're set.
That's what we did. So we got to know Maria. We got to know her husband. My husband, he owns a place. He's always cooking. We got to know Grumpy. Yeah, that's my husband's brother. We got to know her kids. Her kids eventually started waiting tables there. We knew Maria so well. One time I took school board member Susan Valdez out to lunch, and we went to Hacienda, and Maria was rude to me the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah.
A couple days later, we're at lunch, we're at dinner, Maria and I, and Maria just giving me the cold shoulder the whole time. And finally, Maria looks at my wife and in Spanish starts talking real fast. Do you know he was in here the other day with another woman? And my wife looks at me and goes, did you come in here with another woman? And I said, yeah, Susan and I had lunch here. Marie just starts laughing hysterically.
Oh my God.
She thought I was cheating on my wife.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So we just knew them that well.
That's
and here's
funny.
the reason why we stopped going to Hacienda.
Oh
We
my
knew them
God.
so well. Service was so good. We show up. Coors Light hits the table. Chips, salsa, cheese dip. That's it. Nachos al carbon. I mean, they had to. If I had was going to change my order, I had to tell them. That's what I eat every time. We're there, and we're sitting there, and Marie orders a Coke, whatever. She picks up her Coke, takes the sip, and goes, "Ooh, I think that's diet." Maria comes over to the table. Marie looks up at Maria and goes, "Maria, I think you gave me a Diet Coke." Maria picks it up and tastes it. No, that's Coke, and walks away.
Holy shit.
We were truly part of the family at that moment in time, bro. That was
my
not
goodness.
making us feel like part of the family.
Yeah, familiarity level. There's a little.
We had crossed the line.
Yeah.
So we just, that was it. We were like, I don't know if we can go back.
That's funny.
But it's those relationships you build that put service over the top. We used to go to CDB's in Carrollwood, and I wish I remembered the gentleman's name. I don't. He waited on us every Monday night. Pitcher of beer for me. Marie drinks water, and we'd get a pizza with meatballs and onions and mushrooms, and we would watch Monday Night Raw. And when I say we, I mean me, because working in the service industry, you're eating dinner at 8-9 o'clock at night.
Sure.
And that was our Monday nights, and we had a rapport with the bartender because we always sat in the bar. We always watched the TV, and on Monday night, who the fuck's there? The bartender knew us, would talk to us. We built a relationship. That transferred over to Don Pablo's, where we met Sean Bull, who I'm still friends with today. Sean Bull was our server there on Monday nights, and we would go to Don Pablo's and we would get queso dip, and he watched Angelina grow up. We actually got him a job in Hillsborough County teaching culinary. He transferred to Pinellas County, where he was the director of student nutrition services, and just really flourished. And it was great to get to know him from a industry aspect, service, where he treated us phenomenally well, build a relationship, and then be able to return the favor and help him progress and grow through his stuff. But probably my best service encounter ever, and my favorite service tied with Disney. We used to eat, and if you hadn't guessed, we're creatures of habit. We boom. Every Tuesday night, we're at Zepeda's before the live stream. We used to eat at Rio Bravo on Dale Mabry and Fletcher.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the same server every time. And when I say we ate at Rio Bravo, I mean, it was a 2 to 3 night a week deal. And John Lascauzo, he was our server.
Oh, wow.
And you know John?
I think I've met him.
Yeah, I think when I continue to talk about John, I think we go, I know John. John and I started building a relationship, and just through eating there, we knew a lot of the same people, a lot of the same friends, and we just grew into building a relationship. And then he left, moved on. Rio Bravo closed. we switched over, started going to Don Pablo's. And it wasn't until years later that I reconnected with John, who ended up becoming an educator in Hillsborough County Public Schools. But he is also the owner of Loco Cuisine. And he is known for doing an event called Eggs and Kegs all over town. He started doing it at Cigar City, CCB, Cigar City Brewing. He's done a couple VooDoo events. And, when it comes to service and taking care of the guest, he's a master at his craft. He's just personable. He knows how to cater to different styles of people. And I got to tell you, that might be his training and education coupled with hospitality. Just amazing. And then you fast forward to him being in industry and now cooking. His food is fucking phenomenal. And if you ever get a chance to check out Loco Cuisine and John Lascauso, make sure you do that. And make sure you tell him VooDoo sent you, and VooDoo told you how amazing his service was all the way back to Rio Bravo days. And if that's not enough, we all know my boy H, John's wife. Watch this. Watch this weird fucking little. We're going to end up at Kevin Bacon somehow.
6 degrees.
My boy H, his massage therapist, is John's wife, who works at Massage Envy out in New Tampa, who is the daughter of Florida Championship Wrestling legend Hiro Matsuda.
Wow.
Kevin Bacon.
Well, no, might take another degree there.
Well, we'll get there. Hiro Matsuda beat up Bugsy McGraw, who works at Tampa General Hospital, where Kevin Bacon is going to end up on drug rehab. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Kevin Bacon. Big Eddie C. What's your best or worst, one or the other of all time?
Before I get to the best one, gotta mention a couple that are always solid. Harvey's 4th Street Grill out in St. Pete, little neighborhood place, family owned, been there for a long time. Service is always tops when we go there. They remember what we usually get to drink, what we get to eat, and we're always a pain in the ass. We get the fried mushrooms with extra blue cheese dressing, no problem. Get that. And it's just everything comes out in a timely fashion. It's fresh. Waitresses are always cheery. It's just fantastic. And then locally, right up the road, Donatello's, always solid service there too. They always definitely, the old school, rose for the lady when she comes in the door stuff, goes a long way.
I've never been there. I'm going to have to go.
It's good. That's the honorable mentions. Best service by far and away, Council Oak at Hard Rock. No matter who we get, we always get Dan for our waiter. He always takes care of us, remembers what we've had. But anybody we've ever had there that interacts with the table in any capacity, as far as, food expediter, busser, anything, everybody is just top shelf friendly and professional. If anybody hasn't been there, you're thinking, oh, it's at the casino. Well, tough shit. Walk your sorry ass through there just like the rest of us, and make your reservation, get in there and have a good time. Nobody said you had to gamble on the way in or out, but it is worth it for the food.
And if you go eat there, make sure you ask for Evan McCarl, who's one of the line cooks, who went through my culinary program. Tell him VooDoo sent you.
Yep, there you go. One of my colleagues went there, and it was probably one of the only places in town that she hadn't been to. She and her husband go out a lot more now that the kids are grown and gone. And, when she went there, she said, yeah, you were right. That place definitely, it was top shelf, the whole experience. Food was out of this world. Service was fantastic. And it has been proven right time and again. They just have a very high standard of everything in that joint. There was literally one time only where my wife got a steak, and sometimes with steak you think you can nail it, but even experienced cooks will sometimes get a piece of meat that doesn't respond like they thought it would. I mean, generally they're well trained, so they know if something needs to be on there for a minute and 45 seconds, it's right. Well, my wife got a steak that was closer to medium well than medium rare, and it was like, nope, that's not how you ordered it. Boom, they took it, and in short order brought out another steak, whatever that cut was that she got, might have been a filet, perfectly done, and she wasn't even mad. She was like, I really didn't want to send it back because I know even toward the medium well side, it was still going to be good.
Right.
But, I guess if when they mess up a steak, and it's very infrequently, that kind of like jumps to the top of the line as far as the triage in terms of getting it reconciled. And we've been there quite a few times, and there was literally only that one time, and just the ability to fix the mistake, the attention to that detail was spot on.
So let me ask you this, Big Eddie C.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite things about going to Burns Steakhouse, do you know what it is?
Service.
No, I got a fucking dress.
Oh, yeah.
I live in Florida. They have a dress code.
No, when we go,
council
out? No, I mean,
don't. At the casino.
No, I mean, sometimes, like last few times I've gone in there, during the hotter months in Tampa, no, I wear a decent shirt and shorts, and no problem. I mean, because I've seen people in there wearing just like t-shirt or polo, jeans, tennis shoes.
Just like
me. Yeah. And brother, let me tell you, they don't treat you any different, because the waiters will tell you some people come in dressed like that and they are dropping fat fucking coin. Our guy told us he waited on a trio of guys that came in early, got there like 5:30, stayed till the place was closed, and they were all dressed just like average dudes. They ran up a tab north of 10 grand because they were drinking some serious wine, ordering, the Wagyu steaks, that fucking A5, that shit that, like, I mean, I don't even know what it is. It's like 30 or 40 bucks an ounce. And, he's like, he'll tell you, you see somebody come in like that, it doesn't even bat an eyelash, because that they could be serious high rollers. And so you want to treat them like they came in tuxes, because they could be the ones dropping the most money of any table your night.
Absolutely.
No, they nobody gets chased out of there for anything. They just don't. It's not something I think, in most of those places, I think they would prefer it, but there's nothing written anywhere. They don't give a shit.
And Big Eddie, see, that's a great point, and a great point for us to wrap up on. You don't know who's sitting in front of you. You don't know the path they walk.
Nope.
You don't know if they've had a good day, bad day, what they've experienced before they got to you, what they're going to experience when they leave you. All we know is how we can treat people, and it shouldn't be based on anything other than pure love. And that's a great way to walk out of here. If you're working out there in the hospitality industry, you walk these walks. You know this, and that's why I love people who work in the hospitality industry. We treat everybody as if they're part of our family, and we want them to come back. Yeah. And it's not until they're assholes to us. No, I'm kidding. But guys, just be kind to everybody. Treat everybody with love. Doesn't matter who they are. Let them do them. You do you. And we'll continue to voodoo. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at the Fat Rabbit. Big Eddie C. Till next time, my friend.